Alright guys, we are back on the jungle lot, and it is time for one of our biannual mowings here. So how I usually do these lots is once the stuff gets up, like these grasses and weeds get up to about waist to chest high ish, is typically when I come over here. And the last several years that's been around late May to early June, and then I'll cut it again like late October or so typically. So, and usually that late October cutting will go all the way through the winter to the next May, June time. So looks like somebody came in here and just cut this little section out right here. Not really sure why. Maybe they parked a trailer or something here. It kind of looks like right about the size for a trailer, but oh well. So we're gonna just cut this and clean it up and clear it out, and just give it its monthly haircut, or biannual haircut. And the property line is actually about where this line is. It kind of goes about where that tree is. I usually that tree is kind of almost the center of the property line, so I usually kind of cut to it and then go around it and then shoot my way back. And the other property line is about over there where that down tree is, roughly speaking. So a lot of down trees in this lot. I don't know why. And there's some big ones in here, that's for sure. Some big trees in this lot. So, all right, well, got the skid steer, and we are gonna get to it. So luckily the trees don't look too bad with the vines. I shouldn't have to do really any hand work today. This would be nice. So let's hop to it. Still haven't got the box cover put back on yet. I've been running crazy this morning. It's already after lunch here, and I haven't had a chance to paint it and put it back on, but for this little bit of mowing, shouldn't be a problem. So let's get started. All right, guys, pretty good progress in here so far. I don't remember, I think this is an elderberry tree. I don't remember this elderberry tree being over like this all up in the way. I don't think. If it was, it's gone through a growth spurt since the last time I was in here, because I don't remember it being all that big and bushy and all in the way and everything. Looks like it got pushed over right there somehow, but I don't know, maybe it was like that and it just grew a lot. But I wanted to trim it up because it was kind of blocking the view through here. Those upper pieces I think can stay, but the stuff that was kind of sticking out through here and through the bottom, I took most of that out. So that looks pretty good. I can't take you guys, put you guys on the cab to go in the back because there's a ton of low hang back up in there. I got to get back up in there. So let's see, we're just about done, about halfway done with this. So let's see if we can't finish it up real quick and get out of here. All right, guys, just getting ready to put the finishing touches on this job. Just about done. Kind of cleaning up this back little area right back here. Around all this low overhang and whatnot. Times as I've mowed this lot, I have yet to come up with a system to do it. It's just because of all the trees that are in here and the low overhang and trees falling down and logs laying on the ground and just stuff everywhere in here. I just really haven't devised a system yet about how to mow this thing as efficiently as I'd like. So every time I come in here, I just kind of play with different ideas and stuff. And then sometimes, you know, what the ground looks like in here as far as stuff laying on the ground or whatnot, or how the weeds are growing, kind of dictates how I cut it sometimes as well. So it's all just kind of, this one's kind of one I just kind of have to come in here and improv with. Maybe that takes me a little more time than what it should. I'll get off the wall. But it's not a very big lot. I think it's not even an acre. It might be an acre at most. I don't remember exactly what it is. It might be dead, like just shy of an acre, maybe something like that. So it typically doesn't take me too long. An extra 10 minutes or so isn't, you know, isn't going to be the end of the world. I'm going to have to work around these trees. You would not want to do this lot with a bush hog just because of all the low overhang, and you can kind of see, I'll show you real quick. See how the ground is all kind of funky right up in here? I mean, it's all just kind of weird, and you would have a hard time getting a bush hog in there and driving over that because it's all uneven ground. That would be difficult. And then, you know, some of the trees and some of the taller stuff and the vines you would not be able to trim with the bush hog. So that would be a little more difficult as well. Let's get that little spring right there. It'll bother me if I don't get it. There we go. I'm gonna just kind of backtrack this front right here. This ditch is typically wet, but it's been pretty dry. Someone cut the front of this, I guess. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I don't know if that was the city or who. Seems like something the city would do, but I don't know that. road fairly recently. They went a pretty good ways in off the road there. They went probably 30 feet at least. That's not bad. There's some big trees in this lot too. That pine that's over there on in the far left corner over there is a monster pine. And that tree right there, I think that's a sweet gum right there to your right. That's a big one too. I think that's a sweet gum. That up. Let's go around. Let's clean that. Let's clean this little corner right here up. There we go. That looks good. Make our way around this tree. Try not to do any cutting facing towards the road over here, out where my truck is. So I back up a lot. People are all like, why do you back up so much? Well, sometimes, you know, you have to with this thing because, you know, it's not like a bush hog. It wants to throw stuff out the front sometimes. So sometimes you got to be a little more careful about where you point it. So I don't cut anything facing towards the road, really. I'll cut that front, you know, like with that little bit of grass, I can see what's there, so I'm not really worried about hitting anything and throwing it right there. That little bit of grass, but see, like that right there, it just picked up that piece of dead log and chunked it a little bit right there, and that's why I don't cut towards the road. So sometimes, yes, there's a little more backing up than what you would like. Oh, that's a root. But you know, that's just the way it goes with cutting. You know, anything that spins like this is going to throw, whether it's a mulcher, a lawn mower, it don't matter. I mean, my mulcher throws. So even if you came in here with a drum head and mulched this out with a drum head, which you could do that, might be a little overkill, but you could do it. It's still going to throw stuff. So you would not. I wouldn't point that towards the street. Now it's probably not going to throw as bad as this thing, but I still wouldn't do it. I mean, who wants to take that chance? So see, like right there. There's a lot of limbs and stuff that fall. There's a lot of dead limbs that fall off these trees and stuff in here. So every time I come in here, there's always something laying on the ground in here, a limb or a piece of something or other that this thing will just chew up and chunk. And that's just, it is what it is. Let's clean that up right there a little bit. Around that tree, boom. Nice. That sweet gum right there is broken in half. It goes up, it's broken in half, it's growing right back down to the ground, and it's still growing really good. Sweet gums are like impossible to kill. They're like weeds. It don't matter if they're broken in half, laying on the ground. It don't matter, they're gonna grow. Alright, a few more passes, this will be done, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright. That's done. Easy breezy, beautiful. Mulch it, girl. So yeah, it's like I said, I've never really kind of figured out a way to do this lot like a system, because there's just so many trees and you can really only cut it going that way, you know, or really kind of facing that way. And then I'll show you guys up here again, you know, because the trees and all this stuff down, and then the ground gets really kind of wonky back here. It's all like there's this big hill, and then this goes down into here, and this is just a big hole here, and there's a stump there, and then that goes down, and then it kind of curves through there, and there's that hill, and then that goes down, there's another hill, and it's just all kinds of, I don't know what the hell happened in here. But, and then it goes down, then there's another hill back there while all that stuff's growing. So those are like these big tree things. So it'd be nice if they'd let me come in here with the mulcher. I could take all that down, these gums, and maybe try to grind some of this thing down, get it going. I've been trying to kind of grind some of the stuff that's some of the branches, the big limbs that are on the ground as they rot. I've been trying to just grind some of it down, mostly because it's fun, not because I have to, but it's fun and makes for interesting content. So, but yeah, the mulcher could take down most of all that stuff back there, but it's not as big of a deal as this stuff up here in the front, opening that out, because if you're looking from the street, you can't really see all that great till about where that is in there anyway, as far as looking back in here. So that's about, you know, as far as you'd want to look if you were looking at this property. So, but yeah, it's opened up now, and then we'll be back here probably late October and we'll cut it again. But at least this, you know, these biannual cuttings kind of keep everything manageable in here, and doesn't let it get so bad. So I don't know if I'm going to cut that lot over there again. I don't even remember what I named that job right there. I know I filmed it, but I can't remember what I called it. But that was a hellacious lot in there to cut. That one was pretty bad. So, all right. I'd like to cut that lot again. It needs it bad. If it goes another year, like if it goes this whole summer and then into next year, like this time, by this time next year, that'll be bad in there again. So it needs it, but I don't know if the client's gonna let me do it again or not. So we shall see. Keep that one open. I've got a couple more lots. We're going back to the 1 Acre Nightmare over there. I think that's right. We're gonna cut that lot again. It needs to be mowed. So a few other lots. So all right, that's that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was fun. And we're gonna get out of here, load this thing up, and be on to the next job.